back to my YouTube channel. This is Conversations with Cierra, and today we're answering another question. How do you deal with grief at the holidays? This question was actually submitted by me. I wanted to answer the question. So, I lost my dad in August. This is the first time that I'm talking about the loss of my father on YouTube. So yes, my dad passed away unexpectedly in August 2nd to be exact. I want to say the time that he was pronounced deceased was like 3:23 p.m. I'll spare y'all the story of how I actually found out. Those near and dear to my heart are aware of the story. But yes, I lost my dad in August. I had saw my dad for my 30th birthday on July 19th. That was my last time seeing him. For my birthday, I had very few requests. And one of my requests was to see my parents. I wanted to go to dinner with my parents. I have 4 siblings, and I didn't necessarily want to bring my siblings. I didn't want to bring my friends. I just felt the need that I needed to see my parents. So I told them, hey, I want to see y'all for my birthday. And they both were like, okay, cool. Where we're going? We'll go to dinner. Cool. So on my actual birthday, like I said, I went to dinner with them. And the day before my birthday, I went to the beach and I invited them to come. And then exactly 2 weeks later, my dad actually passed away unexpectedly. So my first major holiday without my dad would have been Thanksgiving. And I really didn't want to celebrate Thanksgiving. I kind of just wanted to sit at home, but I'm like, girl, you don't want to sit at home because Thanksgiving is the time you're surrounded by like family and friends, and part of me wanted to be surrounded by people. The other part of me didn't want to be surrounded by people. Just like, let's just tell the truth, shame the devil. I didn't want to be around people, but I sucked it up and I was around people. So one of my friends, her aunt lived in Virginia Beach. So I had told her like, hey, I'll come spend Thanksgiving with you all. So she and I kind of like day tripped down to Virginia Beach to be with her aunt. I'm originally from Suffolk. So I was able to go from Virginia Beach to Suffolk, and I was able to see my immediate family very briefly because I knew Thanksgiving night I needed to be at my own house. And as I was driving back up the interstate, the only person I wanted to talk to, or the only person that it felt right to communicate with, would have been my dad, because I didn't get not a long Thanksgiving message, but my dad had a way with words, and I didn't receive that message on Thanksgiving, and it kind of didn't sit right with me. So how do you deal with grief at the holiday season or during the holiday season? Honest answer is I don't really know. You definitely embrace it. Definitely embrace it. Christmas is on the horizon. Christmas is coming. This will be my second major holiday without my dad. And I already foresee it being weird. Like, it's just weird. But grieving at the holidays, definitely cry. Give yourself the space and grace to cry. Embrace the emotions. Go through all of the stages of grief. The 5 stages of grief: acceptance, anger, depression, denial, bargaining. Why can't you say this word? Bargaining. 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 Yeah, I know. The struggle. I know, y'all can laugh at me because but yeah, definitely allowing yourself to go through all of the steps of grief. Crying. Definitely talking it out. So if that's with a therapist, if it's with a close friend, family member, but definitely getting those emotions out and all the feelings and everything that you're feeling. Don't let that stuff sit on the inside of you. Also, do something in memory of the person. So something that y'all would usually do. So I would say Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, I wrote the text message out that my dad would have sent to me. I actually posted it on Facebook. Either the night of Thanksgiving or the day after Thanksgiving, I wrote the message of what it would have sounded like for my dad to text me, and that gave me comfort. Christmas, I probably would do the same thing. I don't have to necessarily post it on Facebook, but that message of what that would look like. What other things do you do to deal with grief at the holidays? You don't have to be happy. I read something earlier and it was like, you don't have to be happy. You don't have to buy people gifts. You don't have to do any of those things. It's kind of like protecting your peace. Do what you got to do to protect your peace. I'm not saying lock yourself in a dark room, but the biggest thing is knowing your limits, knowing your boundary, knowing when too much is too much. Like, I got to go. Like, in my mind, I'm already coming up with a plan. Like, for Christmas, these are the people I can see. These are the people I cannot see. And sticking to that and making sure that I spend more time, I don't want to say alone, but kind of, for Christmas, even when visiting with people, give yourself processing time in between. So if you're going to go see such and such, and then you got to go see the next person such and such, give yourself processing time. I process out loud awfully a lot. I'm always processing. We got to process. We got to do something with these emotions. So I would encourage you to do that as well. What else to do to deal with grief during the holiday season? Talked about being honest. Got to be honest with yourself. Be honest with others. I probably didn't say it that way, but that's pretty much what it was. Processing out loud. Setting your boundaries. Do something that will make you happy. Like, it don't even have to be like Christmas related, but like, if you're grieving or if your grief is fresh, like it is for me, I'm going to schedule me a massage at some point during this season. I'm going to schedule me a massage. I'm going to go get dessert. I'm going to do stuff that I actually like that will bring me comfort. Do something within reason. Don't be out here doing crazy stuff. Something within reason to bring comfort to yourself because you're grieving. A lot of us, we ain't never been here before. Like, I ain't never lost a parent before. I had both of my parents until I was 30. And the sad thing for me was I lost a parent who shared, well, I would like to think shared similar love languages as myself. So for myself, my love languages are quality times and words of affirmation. Never had that conversation with my dad, but I believe that that was my dad's love language as well because he constantly affirmed me, and quality time was quality time. One of the things that I did with my dad, well, like I said, I turned 30 back in July. My dad turned 60 in June. And for Father's Day, I shared before, I have 4 siblings, but I wanted to spend time with my dad for Father's Day, and his birthday was the day after Father's Day. So I couldn't see him on Father's Day because I was stuck on the side of the road with a flat tire. So on his actual birthday, I took off from work because, like I said, I was stuck on the side of the highway. So I was kind of like stranded. I had to miss work. So for his birthday, we went to brunch, and then we went to a junkyard and got me a spare tire. And my dad doesn't know much about cars, so for him to be in a junkyard trying to look for a spare tire, and it was like 103 degrees outside, quality time, okay? And while we were like going from place to place, we had music playing and was just talking about, I don't want to say talking about nothing, because we were just talking about life and things. And he truly enjoyed himself. Like, he sent messages to like the family group chat about how his daughter had taken him out to brunch and how we spent the entire day together just laughing and talking, and we had these very sensitive conversations. And I'm like, sir, you tripping. He was like sharing stuff with me, and I was like, oof. He told me at 60 he was starting his life over, and he was interested in doing some things. I was like, you probably shouldn't do that, but if you do that, that's your choice. But quality time, words of affirmation. So looking back, I'm glad that I had those moments to hold on to, and thinking about the holidays, although I will not see him or I won't talk to him, I have that memory. Drifting on a memory. Dun, dun, dun. Ain't no place I'd rather be than with you. Loving you. I don't know all those words, but yeah. After that, I don't even know what I was talking about. We were talking about dealing with the holidays. I don't even know how I got on the part of the story about seeing my dad for his birthday. Oh, love languages, quality time, words of affirmation. Yeah. Yeah, that's that. But those are my suggestions, tips on how to deal with grief around the holidays. If you like this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'll holla.